justifying the down payment. Now, how much are you worth? How much is your service worth? Now, this topic, this segment is very interesting. And matter of fact, hopefully, after you go through the segment, you understand that you're worth more than what you thought you were worth at one point. The level of confidence should increase dramatically simply by understanding that you're worth a lot, that your service is worth more than a couple bucks. So now you're not going to ask for a certain amount, you're going to demand it simply because you understand that you're worth more than any other agent out there. Now, don't misinterpret the concept of demanding. You're going to offer service, you're going to do it in a very professional, you're going to be courteous, they're going to like you, you're going to gain their trust. You're still going to follow that philosophy of service, of quality service, but just your mentality is going to be so aggressive that when you're offering options, you're so confident in what you're doing that you're not asking, you're demanding in a positive way, but you're obtaining the options that you're seeking. Now, it's all about the mentality that you have. If I doubt what I'm doing, maybe I'm not as knowledgeable right now, but I'm working towards that. But I doubt that customers are going to be willing to pay 150, 200, 300. Guess what? It's never going to happen. Because I'm already doubting my capabilities. I'm doubting my level of confidence. I'm doubting the level of knowledge that I have. I'm doubting my execution level. I'm doubting every single factor of what I do. And therefore, even if I try to go for a 300, my execution level is going to be at a very low because I've already convinced myself that maybe I'm not worth 300 or that simply the customer is not willing to pay $300 for my service. So how much are you worth? Let's talk about at least a 300 level and higher or a 300 level and lower. So are you worth less than 300? Maybe you thought you were at one point, but as of today, we're going to make a decision and we're going to make a decision to believe and understand that you're worth more than $300 on every single deal. Now, once again, don't misinterpret the concept of this. There's going to be deals that are going to be low. There's going to be deals that are going to be reasonable. And there's going to be deals that are going to be over $300. But the fact of the matter is, if I know that I'm worth $300 or more on my broker's fee on every single deal, I'm shooting for a 300. There's another concept another segment that I call 300 mentality, and simply is to assume that everyone's going to pay you $300. So that's more of the mentality, but the execution of obtaining a 300. What we're talking about now is understanding what you're worth. Are you worth $300? Are you worth a $400 BF? And see, I'm going to teach you that it's not about manipulating, or it has nothing to do with just shooting high. It's shooting high with a lot of knowledge, with quality service, with so much information, with a very high level of professionalism that your customer is willing to pay those $300. See, let's talk about professionals for a second. Let's say, for instance, you get yourself into some legal complications, and you're asking around, who knows an attorney? Who knows an attorney? You're going to get a couple options. Maybe someone you know knows an attorney, or maybe knows a few attorneys. So then you're going to ask them, who do you think is better? Who do you think is going to get me out of this mess? Who's going to rescue me from my issues? Who's going to help me, to eliminate all the negatives, all the issues, all the complications, because I don't want to get in trouble with the law. So now you're asking about quality. Now, let's continue. That quality level is going to cost you more. Maybe there's someone specifically within that field that you need help with. So their experience is based on that specific situation that you're trying to take care of. Or maybe they've been in the business longer. They're more knowledgeable. Maybe their network is better than someone else. They have more of a better relationship with the courts or the judges or whatever it is. Their network level is higher. or simply they're sharks at court, or they're sharks within the law. They know what they're doing. They're confident, and ultimately, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the best, most adequate professional. But guess what? That's going to cost you, because that attorney knows the worth of his service, the worth of his time. So you may walk in and you may have to pay $5,000 versus someone else that is willing to do it for $2,500 or $3,000. So now we're talking about what are they worth? What do they feel that their service is worth versus someone else? See, I don't focus on my competitors. I focus on me. That attorney that's a shark that's going to get you out of that issue, they don't care how much other people charge. Matter of fact, they're going to tell you, well, if you want to shop my rate, go ahead. But this is my standard fee. $5,000, I'll get you out of your situation. You'll be back to a more healthier situation within that legal issue that you have. But as soon as you sit down with them, they're giving you so much comfort, so much satisfaction, so much knowledge. You're able to trust them. You see the level of confidence that they have, that you're not going to question it. It doesn't matter. You just went to another consultation with another attorney. They were offering maybe $3,000. This guy jumped to $5,000. But guess what? You feel good about making a decision with this specific attorney. Why? Because their level of confidence is at an extremely high level. They're knowledgeable. They know what they're talking about. They seem like they know everything that they should know to help you. They're giving you so much information. They gave you some knowledge, some information that the other attorney didn't give you. So therefore, you're willing to make that decision and sacrifice an additional $2,000 to get what you want. And what do you want? You're seeking that professional assistance. You know this attorney is going to go the extra mile. You know this attorney is not going to lose. Matter of fact, this guy's going to go out there and fight the whole world for you. This guy's going to go out there and execute at a level that probably no one could actually maintain, contain, or possibly beat him. So now let's talk about how much are you worth. I think you understand the concept that you have to believe that you're worth more than a couple $100. I'm worth minimum of a good $300 to $400 on every single deal. Why? Because I've been doing this for over 15 years. I've been aggressive and knowledgeable since day one, or possibly since within the first 3 to 4 months. I've been so aggressive. I've been believing in my capabilities of offering quality service at an early stage of my career that there's no reason why I'm actually decreasing what I'm worth. I offer more knowledge than any other competitor out there. My level of commitment to the client and helping them resolve their needs is at a level that no one could actually match. So therefore, I believe that I'm worth nothing less than a 300. And I'm going to shoot for a 300. And most likely, I'm going to close at 300. Or I'm going to shoot for a 400, settle for a 300. Whatever it is, I know that I'm worth more than a couple bucks. See, when you understand this concept, you're going to shoot higher. Your level of confidence is going to keep climbing up. And that's the way it should be. You're going to start evaluating, or you're going to start making observations on how you execute all the information. See, I know exactly how I do everything. I know how I phrase it. I know the information that I offer. It's automatic for me. It's natural. It's just, I don't even think about it. And I offer a quality service. I go the extra mile. I educate clients. I do whatever it takes for them to be satisfied. I break the ice. Within a couple minutes, they're already smiling. They like me. I use my charisma. I use my professional level of servicing their needs. I give them so much information, an abundance of knowledge. I add so much value. I make it tangible. I use real life scenarios. I use my justifying factors. I use all my closing tools. Everything is beneficial for the client. The client is going to understand that I'm confident. I know what I'm doing. I'm not settling for less. They don't want someone that's going to quit. They don't want someone that's going to settle. I'm going straight with the option that I'm given, and I'm sticking with my option because I believe that that's the best option for them. So they're going to gain, they're going to trust me. They're going to understand that as a professional, this is the reason why I'm asking X amount of money. Or matter of fact, they may not even question anything, similar to the attorney example, because I gave them so much information, so much knowledge. I was so confident. My professional advice was so appealing to them that there's no need for them to question my options, and they're going to settle for whatever I demand. So once again, how much are you worth? Now, the last thing that I want you to keep in mind, just in case you're still learning, just in case you're having some sort of bump, you're encountering some bumps on the road, for instance, or you're up and down on closing deals, on charging broker's fee, on maintaining control of the conversation, and you've been having some difficulties charging more or closing more. Don't worry. It doesn't mean that you're doing everything at the highest level. How much are you worth is how much are you worth? What's the value of the time? What's the value of sitting in front of you? As for example, let's say you go to a concert or you go to an actual game. Let's say you go to the Staples Center. Every seat has a cost. You want to be almost technically in front of the court, or you want to be able to interact with the actual players. That's going to cost you a lot. You're going to pay a couple $1,000s. Now, if you get, they call it a general admission ticket, it's probably going to cost you maybe $100, $200 max. So every seat has a cost. Every agent has a cost. What are you worth? It's not so much about the level of knowledge, level of information that you have. You're going to keep working on that until you get to a level that you're technically executing everything at 100%. But you're still worth those $300. Now, the more you believe that you're worth those $300 brokerage fee, the more you're going to focus on improving, the more you're going to focus on the execution level, the more you're going to practice to make sure that you're offering 100% of an execution level that's going to guarantee you those $300. See, first you got to make a decision that you're worth those $300, and then you work on making sure that your knowledge, your service, your execution level matches those $300. Keep this in mind. Follow this concept. Trust me, you're worth more than what you've been charging lately. Now it's just a matter of executing the information, going out there and shooting a little bit higher. Don't settle for less. Learn every single tool that you could possibly learn that's relevant to closing the deal, justifying the deal, adding value to the deal. And that's going to help you fulfill those $300.